If you feel like you're constantly grinding in GTA Online, but your bank account is barely moving, you're probably falling for a money trap. Most players think owning every business is the goal, but in 2026, some of these are actually making you lose money. We're talking millions of dollars wasted on businesses that are too slow or too annoying to manage, or have just been completely outclassed by newer methods. Today, I'm breaking down the 5 most overrated businesses you need to stop investing in right now, and what you should be buying instead to actually make millions of dollars. Let's get into it. Starting at number 1, we have the document forgery office. If you're a beginner, this might look tempting because it is the cheapest MC business, but that is a massive trap. Even with full stock, your profit for a long distance sale is barely $150,000, and that's if you've already spent nearly $1 million on upgrades, just to barely make it functional. When you factor in the time it takes for the staff to actually produce these documents, you're making less per hour than you would doing basic VIP work. But the real reason this business is not even worth the hassle: the sell missions. There is nothing more soul crushing in GTA Online than driving free Trashmaster trucks all the way across the map for roughly around a $100,000 payout, or just a little over that. Between the slow vehicles and the constant threat of getting raided or griefed by online players, the risk to reward ratio here is basically zero. You are literally working a second job for minimum wage in Los Santos. If you want to actually make money with your MC clubhouse, completely avoid the documents and look at the counterfeit cash factory and the weed farm businesses instead. Rockstar Games recently gave these a massive boost in payouts, and the best part about them both is that they do not cost much more than the document forgery. For example, a fully upgraded weed farm can now net you over $400,000 with a full sale, and if you have the smoke on the water shop, you are getting that 35% sell bonus permanently. The counterfeit cash factory is also no different, benefiting from having the hands-on car wash, getting the exact same 35% sell boost, making you almost $500,000. If you are planning to grind the MC businesses, leave the document forgery in the past. Now, if the document forgery office is the worst way to spend your money, the Palito Bay bunker is hands down the worst way to spend your time. If you're one of the many players who got this for free with the starter pack, I'm telling you right now, it's a trap. The problem isn't the business itself. The bunker is actually one of the best moneymakers in the game. The problem is the location. You are tucked away at the very top of the map. This means every single time you want to sell your stock, you're looking at a 6 or 7 mile trek down to Los Santos in a slow, vulnerable delivery truck, sell mission depending. It is way too far out, and if you're playing solo, you will struggle to finish your sales before the timer hits 0. You are literally making the game harder for yourself for no reason. Every minute you spend driving down at the Great Ocean Highway is a minute you could have spent making more money elsewhere. It's a massive waste of time, and in GTA Online, time is money. If you're still up in Palito, you need to move. Don't even bother upgrading this location. Instead, save up and trade it in for a better suited location like the Chumash bunker or the farmhouse bunker. Those bunkers are much closer to the action, meaning your sell missions are shorter, safer, and actually profitable. Stop the struggle and get out of Palito Bay as soon as possible. Coming in at number 3, we have the bail office. This is one of the most recent additions to the game, and while the missions can be a bit fun the first time around, as a business it is incredibly overrated. This property is very expensive to start off with, but the payout you get for your effort is honestly disrespectful. We're talking about spending millions on the property itself, the staff, and also the upgrades, only to get a tiny payout for each bounty you bring in. When you compare the time it takes to track down a target and bring them back alive to other methods in the game, the math just doesn't add up. You are putting a lot of work in for very little reward, making it one of the slowest ways to actually see a return on your investment. If you're looking for that law enforcement or bounty hunter vibe, but actually want to get paid for it, stop looking at the bail office. A much better alternative is picking up a salvage yard or focusing on the FIB priority files. The missions are just as engaging, but the payouts are actually worth your time. For example, with the garment factory, you are paying roughly around the same same amount to purchase it. It will not have any upgrades to buy, they are all included, and the FIB files themselves do pay out more, with the priority file being a weekly file you can complete. They do share some similarities to the bail office targets, and the salvage yard is also quite similar in the respect of the weekly salvage yard robberies, getting you $1 million weekly. Alongside that, the salvage yard also has that passive safe or semi-passive safe, which is a surprisingly good money maker. Don't sink millions into a bail office expecting to become a GTA millionaire, it's just not going to happen. Unless of course there is some various bonuses in specific weekly updates. It turns out in terms of improvements and adjustments to GTA Online, Rockstar will actually be making all bail office targets pay out 50% more, so it might make them just a little bit more worthwhile. This was long overdue, but even knowing this, it really just brings it in line with the FIB files and even the salvage yard robberies. Coming in at number 4, we have the OG king of the grind, the large crate warehouse. Now, on paper, this looks like a gold mine. If you fill all 111 slots in a single warehouse, you're looking at a payout of roughly $2.2 million. Sounds great, right? But here's the reality check for all of you solo players. Filling just one of these takes roughly around 6 to 8 hours of non-stop repetitive missions. If you followed the old school advice and bought all 5 of the warehouses to bypass cooldowns, you're looking at way over 30 hours of crate running before you see any of this payout. It's tedious, it's mind-numbing, and in 2026, it is officially overrated. If you still want to move cargo and actually have fun, or at least be more efficient, you need to move your operations to the hangar. The hangar business has been massively buffed. Not only is the gameplay actually engaging, with the option to source crates on land or in the air, but there's a permanent secret buff most people ignore. If you purchase the Higgins Helitol's business, you will unlock a permanent 10% boost to all of the cargo sell missions inside the hangar. That is a flat, forever increase to your bottom line without the soul-crushing grind of continuously sourcing the same free crates. The hangar's cargo missions are also completely free, unlike special cargo, and each cargo type will have a specific boost depending on how much cargo you get, as you will be able to see on screen. Extremely useful, and it also pairs with that 10% boost if you already own the Higgins Helitol's business. Stop filling warehouses and start filling hangars. Your sanity and your bank account will thank you. And finally, coming in at the last spot for the most overrated business in GTA Online, it's the import-export vehicle warehouse. Now, don't get me wrong, back in the day this was the gold standard, but in today's economy, it is a massive trap for new and returning players. Let's talk about the barrier to entry. To even start this, you need a CEO office and a vehicle warehouse. You're looking at a minimum of $2.5 million of investment before you can even source your first car. And once you're in, it's high stress for low reward. Every time you take damage to any of the vehicles you source or sell, your profit literally evaporates. You're essentially paying the game to let you work. Add in those annoying 20-minute sell cooldowns, and your profit per hour just cannot compete with the modern meta. If you want to move cars and make actual money without the headache, skip the vehicle warehouse and buy an auto shop instead. The auto shop is the superior choice in every single way. First, the legal side, where customers bring you their cars. You can customize them and either send your staff members to deliver them or deliver them yourself. You get a pretty nice amount of profit, whilst also being very similar to the vehicle cargo. But the real money, the auto shop robbery contract. These are essentially mini heists that you can run completely solo. They pay out significantly better than sourcing crates or cars, and they are actually fun to play. Along with that, you also get a garage, a mod shop, and a high-paying hustle, all just packed inside this one property for a fraction of the price of the old import-export setup. The days of stressing over repair costs are over. Get the auto shop, get paid, and stop wasting your time on outdated OG grind. Now that you know which businesses to swap out and where to put your money, I want to leave you with 3 golden rules. If you follow these, you will never be broke again in GTA Online. Never buy a business or property on a Tuesday or Wednesday. Rockstar updates the bonuses every Thursday for the most part. There is nothing worse than spending almost $2 million on a hire business, for example, just to see it go to a 40% discount 12 hours later. Patience is literally profit in GTA Online. But rule number 2, until you guys have at least a few $1,000,000 in your bank, you want to make sure that every single dollar you spend will at least make you money back. For example, do not buy the yacht, don't buy the gold Luxor. Instead, invest that money into actual good properties, which are bound to make you some really nice profits in the long run. And finally, for rule number 3, if you can, it is always better to not grind solo, albeit playing solo is obviously so much more fun for quite a few players. GTA Online was designed to be harder for solo players in the beginning, so if a business like, for example, the import-export warehouse feels like it's almost fighting you and barely paying out, it's because it is definitely better with multiple players. The modern meta in GTA Online favors efficiency, so if a grind isn't making you at least $400,000 an hour, depending on which businesses you have, it is officially a waste of your time. That wraps up the 5 businesses you need to stop buying right now if you want to actually get rich in Los Santos. If this helps you save some GTA cash, hit that like button and subscribe for more videos like this. Finally, stay safe, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.